Hi people, what are your plans for the weekend? For us, everything's highly spontaneous, except for a single strict plan: watching Yellowstone on Sunday night. The show has been on our radar since day one, and we believe it's one of those rare shows that's worth your time. Recently, every other show looks like a replica of a previous one, as we rarely get any originality. They are either cheesy Wattpad adaptations or adaptations of best-selling novels that we are already very much familiar with. Since the sector is in such despair, whenever we get a glimpse of originality, our hearts start to pump faster. Yellowstone, however, is not only original but also very much familiar in the sense that it utilizes everything we love about a very much appreciated genre, the westerns. This makes it even better as we watch a modernized version of the classics. When you combine all these with a top-notch production value, we believe there are no rivals left to challenge the throne of Yellowstone as the best TV show at the moment. Still, whenever a new season is about to approach, we cannot help but question if the show will be able to preserve its success. Thankfully, so far Season 5 of Yellowstone has been everything that we would want from a TV show. It's clever, full of twists, and very much engaging. So far, we watched the first 3 episodes of the season, and already, we believe Season 5 has the potential to be the best of Yellowstone. Of course, the events of the upcoming Episode 4 has the power to change the fate of the season altogether. First, let's take a look into what happened in Episode 3. In Episode 3, we watch Casey deciding to leave his job as he believes his job was one of the reasons why Monica had to go through such a terrible car accident and lose her baby. When he mentions this idea to John, his father expresses that the state needs him. But Casey doesn't step back and insists on having an office job that will allow him to go to his home in a timely manner and spend time with his family. Since Monica is still very much visibly suffering from her baby's death, we cannot blame Casey for trying to be there for his wife. In Episode 4, we are likely to see Casey finding a new job. But we believe this episode will focus more on the funeral of the baby in Yellowstone Ranch than Casey's adaptation process to the new job. We also watch Jamie face the market equities executives, letting them know that they have to accept the failure and step back. Of course, market equities are not known to be a quitter, so there's always a plan B for the company. In this case, that plan B is using Sarah, a new player in the game, as bait to seduce Jamie. We believe this seduction will be both professional and sexual, and we cannot wait to see what will happen next. All we know is that Yellowstone Episode 4 will witness the two going on a date, which will be very much exciting to watch. Perhaps the most important events of Episode 3, however, were based on arguably the best character in the show, Beth DUTTON. Since she got married to Rip, she has been revisiting the two's relationship and assessing what could have been different if she wasn't so harsh on him. Naturally, she is trying so hard to make the lost years up to Rip, even though he doesn't have such a demand. Her devotion to Rip requires no doubt. The only issue is that she is prone to going too far at times, to the point that her actions might cause big harm to her family. In Episode 3, she attacked a woman for hitting on Rip. Her attack injured the woman, which eventually led Beth to be taken into custody. Now, before the killing of Sheriff Donnie Haskell, such an incident wasn't a big deal for a Dutton, as Haskell was often overlooking the family's problematic actions. But the new sheriff, Bill Ramsey, has already made it clear that he will not tolerate any such incidents, and this has been the first example of what he meant by that. So Beth ended up in custody, and her fate will be revealed in Episode 4. In the preview of the new episode, we see Beth in jail as Jamie is trying to save her. It seems clear in the preview that the woman she hit, Haley, is determined to press charges. But Beth orders Jamie to stop her. We believe Jamie would find a way to save Beth, but we're not sure being saved from facing jail would be a relief for Beth. In fact, we believe the thing that she needs to be afraid of more is John's reaction to her actions. Why? Well, John took a big step by deciding to make Beth his chief of staff and made a public appearance with his daughter. He already has multiple enemies, the biggest one of which is market equities. Now that Beth's actions be publicized, it's inevitable for their enemies to not use all these problematic behaviors as leverage against the Duttons. Basically, Beth risked John's political power in the state, and we don't think John can tolerate such behavior. He expressed multiple times that he expects his entire family to sacrifice some things for the sake of politics, just like he did. To be honest, if John fires Beth from the office in Episode 4, we wouldn't be surprised. In fact, this incident might even cause John to prefer Jamie over Beth, as he prioritizes people who would be useful to him, rather than the ones who are problematic. What do you think we should expect from Episode 4 of Yellowstone Season 5? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.